What is going on, everybody? My name is Ciara Lawler. Welcome to another week of Weird News Wednesdays. This is the Heroes for Hire podcast. We're back again talking all the strangest news stories from around the world. We talk about the news that the real news is too afraid to talk about. As always, I am joined by my partner in crime, Mr. Shaun Mead. Shaun, how is it going?
Good, Connor. I'd like to just actually let all the viewers know that all of my responses this week are pre-recorded because I couldn't make the recording session, unfortunately.
Why would you tell them that? If we'd gone through that trouble, why would you then tell them?
A very good question, Connor.
What's your social security number?
Why would I give that information out on a podcast?
How do you know? How do you know I just asked that?
He's got me. Okay, I was here the whole time.
So this is Weird News Show. What do we do here other than you being an idiot?
Other than me being an idiot?
Yes.
I see, yeah. Usually what happens is you spend the week, you put your time to good use, you gather all the weird news stories from around the world, you whittle them down into a list capable of mortals to understand, and then you read them out to me. I've not heard any of the weird news stories, so we just have a bit of a chat about how mental people are.
This is true. So, Shaun, where we want to start this week is we've covered a lot of ghosts here on Weird News.
We have pirate ghosts, romantic ghosts.
Romantic ghosts.
Those are the two types of ghosts.
Pirate ghosts also was romantic.
That's also true. We've had ghosts in phones. We've had ghosts exorcised over Skype. So how many more ghost stories can you tell, Connor?
Well, this week there's lots of different ways to tell if a haunting is occurring, Shaun. Right?
So are we referring to it as a haunting now?
Just, I'm in that mood.
That's
but
fair.
Shaun, there's some telltale signs. What exactly to you would be a telltale sign that you are being haunted?
I used to watch a show called Mystery Hunters as a kid, right? And they did a whole bunch of episodes about ghosts and shit like that. One of the classic moves is you throw a load of flour around the floor. And if you see footsteps, that means there's either a ghost or a burglar in the house.
Or maybe one of the production crew has stepped in some flour and then you cut away and then cut back.
Also possible. What else could... Okay, other ghost things. A chilly room. Things flying off the shelves. Animals being perturbed, shall we say.
Perturbed?
We shall say it.
For some reason, chairs being set up on top of each other. I never understood that one.
No, all the presses in the kitchen... cupboards. All the cupboards in the kitchen opening up at once. That's pretty spooky. People being literally dragged out of bed in the night by an unseen force.
Well, they're about the same. Furniture being dragged out of bed to hell, through a television, just any of the stuff, right?
Any of these.
But mostly, there's a new way to tell, Shaun, if you're being haunted. And that is with the old smeller, right? Because ghosts have a certain smell. Well, this one in particular, because a landlord has come to us, Shaun, and said, landlord claims ghost with B.O. is haunting her pub.
Wait a minute. How is ghost her first? Would she not just think that something is smelly in the pub? Maybe one of the patrons has been living in the pub.
Or worse comes to worse, you lift one of your own arms, maybe have a sniff, go, maybe it's me.
Is this the absolute level of denial? Just be like, no, it couldn't be me who smells like that.
It's a ghost.
It's a ghost. It's a ghost.
Now off to the gym I go. A landlord claims a ghost with B.O. is haunting her pub and has even been caught moving objects on CCTV, Shaun.
That's more like it. That's more like it. That's what we want.
And then,
wait, shit! Oh, what? I thought it was the perfect joke. Oh shit. More like a ghost.
What do you need me to tell me? What do you need me to say to set you up?
Can you just give me the headline again?
Landlord claims ghost with B.O. We're going to edit this in. Landlord claims ghost with B.O. is haunting her pub.
More like ghost with B.O.O. A boo! Yes.
We're not editing that in.
No, Connor, please.
You do the edit. No, Connor, please. Adele Gill, who runs the White Hart in Corsley, Wiltshire, with her partner Steve Ellis, said staff have had to put up with a lot at the hands of the Spectre, who has routinely moved objects and even touched employees over the last few months.
Oh, is it a leery ghost? Is it a little creepy ghost?
I don't think there's any like nice ghosts. You don't think like of ghosts as being a charming. Casper, I suppose.
Nearly headless Nick.
He was just Billy Connolly. He just had that charm about him.
I might be thinking of just Billy Connolly in that role, actually.
Most recently, the ghost, known as Henry, was accused of moving a spirit measure last Friday, with the mysterious moment captured on the CCTV.
Well, to be fair, it has spirit in the name.
It's true.
That's why he's in the bar, because of all the spirits.
He's only haunting the whiskey.
Like myself.
The old stomping ground.
Or is it haunting me?
He's just at the counter with shorts. Just like, I don't know, lads. I don't know what I'm doing.
You don't know what it's like being a ghost. Everyone looks through you.
She said that she didn't believe in ghosts until she began regularly crossing paths with smelly old Henry.
Alright, just calling them names all of a sudden.
She told Somerset Live, "It is not the only thing that has happened here. We call him Henry and believe him to be a previous landlord of the pub, Shaun."
Right.
So there you go.
Henry the Eighth, perhaps.
No, I'm assuming like in the 70s.
Oh, right. Okay. Fair enough. You know, it was going to be either Henry VIII or Henry Hoover. I didn't know which would be a funnier ghost.
They're the only two famous Henrys.
Yeah.
Or Winkler. There's the Fonz.
He's not dead.
He's not dead, actually. That's a good point. What a lovely man. What a lovely man. You can still be a previous landlord and not be dead. Although if you're a ghost, you have to be dead. So
I would say being dead
from.
is prerequisite to being a ghost, unless you're some kind of Danny Phantom scenario.
They're not going to let me join the Ghostbusters now with this kind of attitude that I have.
No, you're relegated to secretary duty.
I'm always a fan of a Danny Phantom reference. That's just, if you want to have a rap going, do the opening theme song.
Can we do that for the patrons at some point? Like a review of Danny Phantom. I'm sure there's a TV movie or something. It's fine. We'll talk about this later.
We call him Henry because we believe he's a previous landlord of the pub. I know it sounds bonkers, but you can smell him. It's like a musty BO smell. We smell that, and then something happens. But like,
in all the history of recorded ghosts, surely smell is the least affected sense that people generally experience. Taste, I guess.
Eyes? Sight? Like, you don't see a ghost.
The sense of eyes, correct.
I'm not coming across well here, am I?
It's been a long day.
I'm working in the opticians next week.
No. He's working at Ghost Hunters. To be fair, like with the eyes, like people see like orbs and like glowy and weird out of focus bits of old Western photographs and shit.
That freaks me out. Yeah. That's extra creepy when it's out of focus.
Oh, I think most ghosts are blurry. The thing about it is though, with the BO thing, surely it's just an actual human that they're smelling and then weird shit happens.
Our staff have had to put up with a lot. One time I was getting something out of the safe and I felt a hand around my leg, fingers and thumb gripping it. It was unreal, she said. A couple of times I've had regulars walk out looking very spooked and it's only a week or so later that they admit that they saw something behind the bar.
Okay, I'm about to make a claim here. And I don't want to call anyone's bar into question. I don't want to call any landlords into question.
Yeah.
Is there any chance that there's a carbon monoxide leak in the bar?
So it's either a ghost or carbon monoxide.
Both equally terrifying, both equally unseen killers. Be aware, people. Killers.
I would say monoxide kills more people than ghosts.
That's true, actually. Yeah. Ghosts generally have already gone through the death Heaven forbid that this ghost died of carbon monoxide poisoning.
Can you think of the next big horror movie? It's like Paranormal Activity, but they're just like dying from monoxide.
It's carbon monoxide poisoning the whole time.
And they're just in a house and it's just normal, but it's not regulated. They never got it checked.
They never got it checked. Like, they don't regularly check their alarm.
The last 10 people who have lived here have died. They're all their blood is everywhere. We can't figure it out. Some say it's a ghost. Some say gas leak. We don't know.
Some say incredibly common thing to have happen. Others say ghost.
In every single family, it's just the start of the movie is just them going, will we buy you a smoke detector? We will. Will we buy you any different detectors? Fuck that. I'm not wasting money on that.
And then there's one family and it's just like, we'll get the all-in-one unit. And then they go and it's out of stock and they say, this'll do. And then,
it'll be grand. So we'll get it next week.
We'll get it next week. Then it's a series of shots of them. It's a montage of them coming home going, fuck it, I meant to get that.
I'd watch it. You know what? Yeah. I would watch it.
And there's one and it's a lad and he's really socially anxious and he wants to check it, but he always thinks of it at like 11 o'clock in the night and he doesn't want to wake the neighbour, so he says, I'll check it at around midday tomorrow, and then he never does because things are too busy and he has to record a podcast later on. What?
Is this very specific? Check it, Shaun, please.
It's probably fine.
This became a disclaimer for carbon monoxide.
We're paid by Big Monoxide.
Big Monoxide. We've seen it too. It's hard to describe. It's like a fast-moving vapour trail. We've got it on the CCTV too, she says.
Is someone in the bar smoking a terrible vape?
That could be it as well. That smells of BO.
It's an odd flavour choice, I'll admit.
Unless the person who's doing it smells of BO and is then just also smoking the vape.
What happened? Yes. Or even, the person who has the vape absolutely smells like roses, right? But their friend has very poor hygiene. They always sit in the same direction from each other. So exhale the vape, filters through smelly OG, and then, oh no, all of those desk fans are pointed in the same direction. And so it blows the smoke and simultaneously knocks over various items from the bar. Someone's after drinking all the whiskey.
Oh no, that vape is drinking whiskey.
It's okay, he has carbon monoxide poisoning.
She also says that the waiters have felt hands touching them and been scratched by something. They seem to get picked on a bit. Another time, a set of dishes...
that just sounds like their staff have a really terrible time at work.
I think they're just kind of covering themselves. Yeah. As another time, a set of dishes that are usually on top of the fridge had been lined out neatly in a perfect row overnight, Shaun. Overnight. A perfect row.
Perfect
How do you explain
row.
that?
It's the work of Satan himself. Okay, and this is... I would love to give my usual fantastical theories about what happens here, but I find it much funnier to think that one of the waiters is just fucking with her.
Yes.
Like, they've given their 2 weeks' notice, and they're just like, I'm going to have fun while I'm here.
I also, honestly, the way she knows that this is a ghost is one, smell of BO, and then these three big moments. So he's been scratching waitresses. He's been, doing very minor things like laying out plates. But the kitchen staff have also had things thrown at them. Our chest deep freezer opens on its own. One of the ice machines opens and closes on its own. Not only that, one of the customers said that she felt someone tug at her bag in the bathroom, but there was nobody there. Sure.
Oh, okay.
Shaun, see, now you're a skeptic. This is all evidence.
Inscrutable evidence, I would say. Not like, locks on freezers can break. Same with ice boxes, I'm assuming. That woman could have just been getting pickpocketed. Harmless things like that.
Harmless things? It's all criminals. Local delinquents is what's causing this.
It's a really shit, bar where just, you have handsy guests, the kitchen staff get things thrown at them and people get robbed in the bathroom.
And she's just like, it's a ghost.
It's a ghost, lads. He smells bad.
Also, we can hear noises sometimes from the hall which aren't right. But so then it all comes out to Shaun. So why exactly is Henry being a dick? Is the main question.
True.
And Adela has a theory. And this theory, I mean, this is a long story, Shaun. We've gotten through a lot of content here. It has to be a big theory to find out why this ghost is causing such hassle.
Surely there's a good reason.
I think that Henry may be upset that we've redecorated without you asking his permission due to the fact that he's dead.
Then I would argue Henry is the pettiest ghost to ever be undead.
He's got one.
Like he was a landlord, not an interior designer.
Yeah, like he's not looking at that wallpaper going, Jesus Christ.
Chartreuse, you absolute heathens.
Red is fucking making the room smaller. Where's that bit of fucking white? We're brightening this place up or what, lads?
Come on. Bit, what do we need? Bit of grey. Bit of grey everywhere. God, that would be nice.
I can't believe you built back up that wall. Knock through that wall there now. Have a big opening. That's a lovely little area.
We had an island right here now. So the ghost is pissed off about interior decorating. So his goal is to sabotage the restaurant or bar or whatever it is, or the pub.
But like sabotage it in very minor ways of just being smelly and ultimately maybe just slightly pushing some people the odd time.
It sounds to me more like it's just quite a not great pub, and they're making the wildest excuse they could possibly have. Like, because you can go to a place and it'll be like, the rent's so expensive, God, we can't afford cleaning staff or anything like that. But this is just like, you might get robbed and the place smells like shit, but it's because of the ghost.
And then that brings more people in because people want to see the ghost.
Ghost bar. You want to go to ghost bar?
You always want to go to ghost bar. You don't want to go to carbon monoxide bar. Nobody's going there.
No, meanwhile you go to like any pub in Ireland and it's haunted. Like, and they'll tell you that up front.
But they'll be drinking a Guinnesses to tell you. Fucking ghost in the back, boys. It's fucking mad.
There was a part when we went to college and that was meant to be haunted. And it was like the main place that everyone went.
And that was meant to be haunted?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Not exactly the one you're thinking of, the one across the street from that.
Right, fair enough. Yeah. How big is the ghost? How smelly? How are we talking here?
I mean, like, it's a student bar, so I'd say, about as smelly as you can get.
The worst of the worst.
Smells like carbon monoxide as it goes.
Shaun, I wanted to start off this week with something spooky. Like, this ghost just needs a shower, mostly. And to be honest with you, just needs to stop being a bit of a shithouse.
Maybe that's it. He is a shithouse. Do you if you die smelly, are you just smelly forever then?
Oh, that's a big question. If you do, because when you die, though, you shit yourself. So
I heard that
everyone's smelly when they die.
Everyone's smelly when they die. No one gets out clean.
Unless technically you're not smelly until after you die, because you don't shit yourself until you're dead. So there's a theory there that
die while shitting yourself, Elvis Presley style. We can safely confirm that Elvis is a smelly ghost.
Oh, he's smelly. So smelly.
So smelly. Like, because have you seen the movie Stardust?
Which one's that one?
It's the one with a young Charlie Cox and he meets a star.
No.
Right, okay. Henry Cavill's in it. It's a delight. But there's a thing in that where characters die, some characters die and they come back as ghosts, but they come back like in the form that they died. So one dude like fell out of a building and so his face is all smushed up.
Oh man, how unlucky do you have to get?
Well, there was one lad who drowned and he's just soaking wet all the time.
Not great, you catch pneumonia. It'll be bad.
So this dude just like had a heart attack at the gym, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, no, he had a heart attack drinking, but he had been like a 3-day bender, so he hadn't got home.
Yeah, that's it. That's definitely what happened. And now that's where he died. He died in that pub, and now he's just like he wants
in the women's bathroom, and he needs €1 for the karaoke machine.
Do karaoke machines take €1 now?
I don't know. Maybe the jukebox is better.
The jukebox, fair enough. Yeah.
Okay, Shaun, we're going to have to move on to our next piece of news, and this is a big one. And There's not often I get to say this sentence, but assassin hired for Peacock after Craigslist ad took a hit out on the bird.
What did it do?
I guess you can call it foul play, Shaun.
Oh, very good. Excellent work. Nearly as good as my ghost joke from earlier.
Way better. A peacock that has been a staple in a California neighbourhood for years has had its life threatened after someone posted a Craigslist ad taking a hit out on the bird, Shaun.
Okay, like, I would say a fairly easy mark, a flightless bird. How much is he paying?
I don't know if that actually... I don't know how much if I got that information.
They probably don't want to publicise it, to be fair.
No, they don't. In the online posting went up on June 13th, a little more than 2 weeks before, the peacock, nicknamed Mr. P or Azul, has apparently gone missing in Humboldt County. Reported last Wednesday, Shaun.
Holy shit, they're going to be sent like a feather in the post.
For what? Like, what can you give back?
I'm assuming a live and healthy peacock, no?
Yeah, but no, I mean, like, what do they want? Just money, I suppose.
Money, I guess. If you want your peacock returned, give me €100.
Who are they sending it to?
The news? Would they send it to the
Peacock's
news?
family. The Peacock's family.
Peacock's family, yeah.
Glass said, who was one of the residents, one of the neighbour's daughters had actually recalled seeing a Craigslist ad in search of a peacock assassin. The ad, which was first reported by the local outlet, had appeared in Craigslist wanted section with the title "Someone to get rid of a peacock," adding it wanted the animal dead by any means necessary.
What's your damage with this peacock, dude?
By any means necessary.
I don't care if you fight it. I don't care if you run it over with a steamroller.
Poison it. Stab it. Hang it. Just, I need it gone.
Have you seen Reservoir Dogs? Do that.
Do all of them. Do all of that.
All of that to that peacock.
The author, who wasn't identified, claimed that the bird had first appeared in the neighbourhood 4 months ago, and then complained about being awakened by its calls, Shaun, in the morning time.
In the morning time, you say? How... Okay, I'm not sure if it's going to come up on the audio. I'm going to look up like a peacock call to see how annoying that would be in the morning. For 4 months, mind, to basically make you want to kill a peacock. Okay,
because it would have to be quite bad.
It would. This is in HD. I'm turning my volume all the way up.
Oh, here we go.
Okay, there's a peacock.
Yeah. Okay. Do that again. Why is that so funny?
I have no idea. I paused it. It's too much, but it's not the sound I expected. It's such a graceful bird.
I thought that was like a cat stuck under a car.
It sounds very like that. Look,
Do it
I'm
again.
not advocating. Do it again. Okay.
Look, I'm tucked up in bed. I'm tucked up all nice and snugly.
Yeah. Saturday morning, you've had a long week of work.
Oh, I've been dying in work all week. I just need a lion. For fuck's sake. He's at it again.
That would be a nightmare, I must say.
Enough
this video,
to take a hit out on the bird.
This has 2.8 million views, by the way.
Yeah. They're all from this one guy. He's just like, he wants to know that sound.
Now, I do think, look, if they find this man, right, and it's definitely a man, if they find him and they can't arrest him or whatever, I definitely think people should hide like Bluetooth speakers around the base of his windows.
Oh,
and
yeah.
just keep playing that sound anyway.
Find like the YouTube 10-hour version of that.
Yeah. And and like there's a very like obvious speaker, and then there's several hidden speakers
in the bushes.
In the bushes.
One's under his pillow. He doesn't know what's going on.
One's implanted in his skull.
He can never unhear it. So the author also had a little bit of a comment underneath it, Shaun. He's taken a hit out on this peacock, So he's like, please contact me so we can form a strategy to eliminate the bird. And also to agree on how much you will be compensated. Yeah, right.
So he wants in on the kill there. Like
he wants a 50-50 deal.
They have like a pincer movement kind of thing that they're planning.
They're going to flank the bird.
He'll outsmart me. I need someone else that I can trust.
Because he's already guaranteed he's going to be done. Like, he's going to fool me. I can guarantee that, boys. I am thick as shit.
I need someone on the inside out there as a distraction.
Yeah. I need you to dress up as a bird.
I like the idea that he tried to do it himself already and now has to resort to asking for a hitman. Which, I think a hitman for animals is just called a hunter.
I think it's called a vet.
Fucking hell.
No, to be fair. Whenever I think of animals dying, I think of like, you have to go to the vet.
That's the kindest way of doing it. Absolutely.
Yes.
But like to have this man be like, no, I'm not going to call animal control or like a wildlife sanctuary or anything like that.
No. And I don't want to
kill him.
I don't want to have the blood on my own hands. I'm having the blood on your hands because I'm not doing this. And so he wants to form a strategy in some sort of movement, I can only assume. But one of the residents has told the Times that the peacock began visiting her neighbourhood 6 years ago and often came by her house because it liked spending time with the chicken she owns. She said many people in the community appreciated the animal and would bring their kids over to take pictures with it. Even the UPS guys would stop and take pictures, she told the Times. Another resident, Kelsey Radent, told the news that it was a very communal peacock, Shaun. It makes the rounds and it says hi to everyone, she told them.
Look, peacock has its routine, likes it, makes it happy.
Get the morning paper, walks down the street, fucking a few waves here and there, introduce yourself.
Peacock's tipping a little hat to everyone.
Tell Tom, be good work, you fucking devil. You're an absolute madman, Tom.
Oh, a fine day for it, Tom.
Susan, how's that accounts going? Good? Good? Oh, Jesus, Susan, you'll get that promotion. I'd say you will.
What age is your young lad? 6. By God, Jesus, where does the time go?
They grow up so fast, so they do. How tall is 7 foot? Jesus.
I'm a talking peacock.
Yeah. That's the main thing, Susan. Susan, I really want to drill down here. I'm a fucking talking peacock. You're on drugs.
Check your monoxide alarm, Susan.
We're not sponsored by them.
No, like there are worse things I could be saying for people to do.
That is true, actually. That is true. So now we've two sides of the story. This one guy in Craigslist, he says this animal is a nightmare. And on the other side, we have all of the other residents tell us that this peacock, nice bloke.
Do you know what this reminds me of, Connor? It reminds me very much of one of my favourite characters of all time, which is Spider-Man. Because on one side you have J. Jonah Jameson of the Daily Bugle calling Spider-Man a menace. He's terrible for the city. But on the other hand you have the regular people of New York who are very happy with Spider-Man and think he's a good addition to the community.
You mess with one of us, you mess with all of us.
Exactly. So what I think is going to happen here is that, okay, so the peacock's girlfriend is going to get thrown off a bridge, right? This will then drive the peacock forward.
Willem Dafoe will be there.
It's Willem Dafoe doing it. Not as like an alligator or anything, just Willem Dafoe.
Willem Dafoe, the man who looks like the Green Goblin.
Will throw peacock off a bridge.
Yeah.
And
a female, but it'll be a peacock, the peacock's girlfriend.
Yeah.
And then, on the other side he has a train full of kids.
Yeah, and you have to choose which one are you going for. And the peacock tries to do both and the girlfriend dies, and this spurs the peacock on to be better, ultimately making him more tired and less efficient at fighting crime because he hasn't learned to process grief, Connor.
No, he just keeps going.
That's it. And then he gives up being a superhero, but then the people of New York need him.
And he says, I'll be a peacock no more. And there's a bit of a suit in
a lot of feathers sticking out of a bin. He builds up on feathers.
Such a stupid bit. By the way,
I don't know where this is going, by the way. I don't know when it ends.
So, on June 30th, Shaun, a few weeks ago, the beloved bird stopped showing up. presumably because the hit had been carried out. They found feathers in one particular area of the street, and so we can only assume that the hit has occurred.
Right. Well, rip to that Peacock.
The county sheriff's office said deputies are investigating the incident and that a potential suspect had been identified. The crimes currently being investigated are animal cruelty and conspiracy to commit a crime, deputies said. The news said it identified the person who posted the since-deleted Craigslist ad, who refused to answer questions and demanded to know if a crime had even been committed.
Lads, is it really that bad to hire a hit on a Peacock? We're all thinking it.
Look at your book. Genuinely, look at your fucking law book and you tell me what chapter that's sitting in. Because I know for a fact it's fucking not there.
Show me where in the Constitution of these United States that it says a man cannot carry out a hit or pay for a hit on a Peacock.
When he was told that it was indeed a crime, he reportedly stated he didn't know anything and had never seen any bird.
See, that's just more suspicious because we know from witness testimonies that bird was a regular in the neighbourhood and did the rounds.
And you've gone too far the other way. Like, he didn't just say, if he said, oh, I've never seen any bird ever in my life, like, they're going to go, well, he's clearly lying because he's gone way too far overcompensating.
What he needed to say is, I had no problem with that bird.
Yeah.
You know, that's...
I had dinner with him last night. He's well alive. He's just over there. It's fine.
He's a lovely man. I ate his liver with some fava beans and a nice... Oh, no! He's pulled into court in, like, the Hannibal mask and everything.
They wheel him in. And they're just like, what do you know? It's just like, there's just one detective. And she's there. And she's a bit suspect of him now.
Oh, yeah, she's going to crack that case. But everyone else is telling her to give up. She's just a rookie.
He's in the glass cube and they're just like showing him pictures of peacocks.
These look familiar.
When questioned further, he stated that he might have heard something about the hit, but that the bird was giving him a cocky look in his eyes all week, like he knew it was coming.
What? And the bird...
So now the story is that he knew something about a hit, but he didn't do it. But he felt like the bird knew it was coming as well. Right.
Well, I think what's going to happen now is that a few years down the line, it's going to be revealed that it's not the peacock that was killed, but the peacock's clone.
Oh, shit. We're going clone saga.
Clone saga, that the peacock and the clone had switched lives years ago and none of us knew.
This, by the way, Weird News is normally a sacred place for no comic book stuff. And unfortunately, the people who listen to this episode, not normally as big of a nerd as myself and yourself. So, Shaun, I'm not explaining the clone saga, but it's a whole thing with Spider-Man.
That's it. If it's there if you want to look it up. I just thought it made me happy to say it, and this is I'm like 20% of this show.
At least 20. I would give you 22. Don't sell yourself short.
Fucking thanks, Mr. 78.
That's my name. The mystery still remains to what happened to the bird. But if he was in fact killed, who the assassin was, and how do we track them down?
I mean, what we need... I think we need... Okay, so...
boys.
I think you need to get a peacock in on this, because you need a peacock's view on the whole scenario.
You need a peacock to find a peacock.
That's it. So now, look, I wouldn't have high hopes of finding the original peacock. I'll be honest.
No, I'm pretty sure that's dead.
Yeah, pretty sure it's a dead peacock. We're very sad about that. But what if we got a new peacock who took this case on? Because this can also talk, by the way. Took this case on.
I assumed.
Because it's too close to home, this one, and everyone's like, no, you're too close to this case, and they're like, I'm the only one who can solve it. And then it turns out that they actually carried out the hit. It was a peacock on peacock violence.
Fucking hell.
Yeah,
Jesus. But they took up the case.
Yeah, to cover their own tracks, because if you're investigating the case, you can't be under suspicion.
But the only way we knew that is because they got a third peacock in to investigate the second peacock, to see if he was doing a good job.
Yeah, And then they're like, oh, he's missing large swaths of information that will be obvious to any peacock working.
And one of the obviously the third peacock is smoking, just incessantly, just non-stop smoking.
Oh yeah, like like chain smoking. But it's a real it's a big ordeal anytime he has to light up a new one.
And he keeps telling people he's going to quit, but he never wants to quit.
I picked the wrong week to quit smoking.
Yeah.
Picked the wrong week to quit huffing glue.
Great airplane reference, yes. Shaun, what are our thoughts on this peacock hit that's after being taken out? Is taking a hit out of a peacock enough to warrant maybe jail time just for that idea?
It's definitely animal cruelty, because the animal did not do anything wrong. Just had a voice that sounded like a cat meowing, which is something we all learned. That's not
a crime. Let's maybe just one more time, Shaun, just before we exit out of this story, could you just give us one more little bit of a ditty of what we love, we've come to know as the greatest noise that have ever existed.
Yes, so will I'll play us out, basically, with that one.
Play me out, Johnny.
This is a different video, I hope it's still good.
Oh no, it's not going to be as... More aggressive.
That would be the male peacock that we're looking at there.
Jesus, that's the detective.
That's the detective. And then... Oh, this one... Sorry, the next suggested video is Bird Song. Bird calls with pictures. And the thumbnail is a dog.
That is poor for the algorithm. You want those pictures to match up with the words.
My cookies are going to be fucked for the next week or so.
Fucked. David Attenborough's going to be calling on you.
I don't look.
So good.
We've all learned something today about peacocks and ourselves, I think.
Right. We're going to move on to our next piece of news, Shaun, and this is... I mean, there's triathlons going on these days. There's lots of different races going on. You know what I mean?
Sorry. Just segueing into that from us talking about a peacock.
Just segue. Just
triathlons, Shaun.
I mean, if you want to get fit.
Right, okay, what's going on in the triathlon
Well,
world?
I'll tell you some. When you hear the headline for this, you will fucking try and figure out yourself how to transition into this joke.
Okay.
So there's lots of different races going on. But, I mean, there's one particular race in Russia that had caught my eye this week. Because it's a bit of a different one. Because it's banned sex doll race goes ahead anyway as hundreds flock to raunchy event.
Oh, I see the difficulty now, Connor. And I apologise.
So
race.
It's a sex doll race, Shaun, yes.
So the fastest sex doll?
Blow-up sex dolls were lined up on a Russian river for the comeback edition of a bizarre race which has been banned for 9 years. Around 500 people mounted inflatable partners to float down the rapids in Vuski River.
Okay. How do I phrase this?
Yeah, okay, here we go.
Were the mounts used to full effect? Or was it more of an inflatable banana in a pool scenario?
Wait, no, I mean like they're blown up to full and then jumped on and then floated down.
Right, okay. Because I was thinking, okay, never mind. Continue.
Dangerously high water levels led the authorities to ban the annual competition in 2012, with repairs also being made to a bridge over it. But men and women ignored the red tape to hilariously wade through the water on dolls, despite claims the authorities found administrative reasons to forbid the racy event. Racy. Good.
Racy. A bit of a racy race, you say.
Spiralling COVID-19 infection and death rates have officials
that's going on, isn't it?
increasingly concerned about mass gatherings. And they added extra pressure to forbid the sport, but it didn't stop everyone. And so instead of stopping it, entrance to the Bubble Baba Challenge still all turned up. Now, the rules are simple, Shaun, to the race.
Right.
So, participants must be over 16, able to swim, and sober.
Only 3 requirements.
They undergo an alcohol test before taking part. Why?
I suppose you can't be drunk and swimming, I guess.
I suppose.
I've looked up some pictures. Can I just say, like, those, like... everyone knows the, like, inflatable sex doll. They are horrifying to look at.
Oh, absolutely freaky as fuck, aren't they?
They make no sense. I guess as flotation devices, they would kind of work.
I just think of the episode of Only Fools and Horses with them. And then that just always makes me laugh.
That's good.
So, ahead of the contest, there were complaints of traffic problems as cyclists rode to the event carrying the inflatable dolls on their bikes. It's a highlight of the summer, said one male swimmer, clutching his sex doll.
It's what we all look forward to.
Can you imagine if you're like, if someone that you knew seen that clip on TV of you holding the sex doll? It's the highlight of the summer, lads. Honestly, I've been looking forward to it all year.
What did you do over the weekend, pal? Well, I went to the river with my best gal.
Oh, and how did she find it?
She was face down for most of it and drowning, but other than that, pretty good.
Fuck, is she alright?
Oh, she's grand, I just put her back in the press.
You mean the cupboard?
The cupboard, sorry. Oh, where I keep all my monoxide alarms.
The organisers traditionally, they buy the dolls in bulk ahead of the event, then rent them out to those taking part.
Is there an element of bring your own doll to this event?
I feel like it's not bring your own doll, because
I feel like it shouldn't be, right?
It shouldn't be, because you don't want to mix business and pleasure.
You're halfway down the river. You know you're not going to win, so you decide.
You're halfway down the river having a fight. You're in the middle of a domestic. Halfway down. No, we're never going to fucking win. For fuck's sake. We'll talk about this when we get home. Jesus.
It's a long cycle home.
Founder Dmitry Bulanov has said the race originated as a joke at a party where men got drunk and the women didn't show up. Sounds fun.
And it just escalated from there into this yearly event.
Oh man. A translation of the official Baba Challenge website reads, "We are talking about rafting along a rapids river on inflatable rubber women, or more simply about swimming on waves and breakers on ads from a sex shop." That's the exact translation, but I think we all get the gist.
Yes. Blow up dolls in a river, do your best.
Now what I will say is that this is being held for 2021. It's going ahead. It has taken place, Shaun, but that means it's back next year. And so I'm sure this will be a worldwide thing next year, that people will be turned up from everywhere, because only 500 people turned up this time. But that's because, I mean, there's a pandemic going on.
That's
as well.
true. What if we had some kind of like European qualifiers for it, and then you all finish up in Russia towards the end of it, and you have the best of the best going for it.
Best of the best.
Like those.
Yeah, there's definitely some people here just taking the piss. There's definitely some of them that weren't great. Like, you could definitely get lads over in, like, different parts of Europe that have been practicing for years for this.
Oh, you, like, get, like, the Italians. They've been winning Eurovision, the Euros. They've won it all this year.
They're on a streak.
What's one more thing? Get the triple. The triple
threat.
The triple threat.
We're good at singing. We're good at soccer. We're good at floating on sex dolls. That's the holy trinity.
These are our 3 skills, and that's all we need here in Italy.
Add an extra star to our badge. This is what we do.
Congratulations, Italy. We think you're really cool.
Oh man, so cool. But Shaun, I feel like this competition, either it's going to take off, or it's maybe I don't know if it has the legs. I don't know. I mean, if they're renting them out to people that arrive.
That's true. That's a risky move at first, because to return a sex doll.
You never want to return one.
No, and can I just say, it's possible that next year this competition could blow up. Huh?
That's a domestic waiting to happen. If you're on the river and she blows up, you are bull-tick.
Oh,
for fuck's sake.
That's another thing. Is like, sure, is there going to be like an elitist thing where it's pay to win? Where if you buy like the best sex doll, it floats and like has a motor on the back and all of this shit.
You're just thinking of a boat, but just pulling a sex doll at the front.
Like, what's the requirements? When does it stop being a sex doll and start being a boat? Because what's the requirements for it to be a sex doll? Is the question.
Like I think you stab through. You just like take out the material, spread it around a boat, and then just be like, look, it's all there. You know what I mean?
Imagine seeing that on a dark night.
Imagine being in the middle of a race, floating slowly down a rapid, and I turn up in that in a speedboat.
You have a speedboat, just like the head of a like mounted on the front of it.
And then someone's on the sideline like, he's gonna be trouble, but he's so damn talented.
And you like jump a levee like in Miami Vice.
Sunglasses on.
Yeah.
I'm the coolest man there.
You drive home in a white Ferrari with a sex doll on the front of it.
Chopped up, surrounding it again. He doesn't know how to use them. He just keeps chopping them up.
It's technically allowed, but we hate him so much.
Shaun, in this competition, I mean, do you feel like you do well? Do you feel like anyone should have to practice for this? I don't even know if it's weird, because it's like having like an inflatable like crocodile or something. You just show up and they just give it to you.
That's what I was thinking. Like, in many ways, it comes down to who's the best like swimmer, I would say, because that's the only way you're getting effective speed.
Yeah,
I don't know much about rapids. I went kayaking once. And they had us do this thing where you just like cross your arms and float down some rapids, and that was pretty fun. But that's the extent of my knowledge. There were no sex dolls
I can only
involved.
assume you nearly drowned that day.
No, I nearly drowned another time.
Oh, go on.
When I was younger, I nearly drowned. I went under in the pool, and I woke up on a table, and they were beating my chest. So
fucking hell! Only you.
How have I not told you that?
How did I not know that story?
I don't know. It just adds to the list of Shaun's childhood stories.
I'm telling you, years ago, you should have opened with that. You should have, the first time we met, you should have said that to me.
Do you know I nearly died?
It's mad.
Yeah, Shaun.
To wake up and they're beating your chest, that's a good story.
Oh, fuck, I'll start telling that one. So
yeah, I would save that for the wedding.
I was like 7.
Were you?
Yeah, I was really young, man. Yeah, now I feel I've killed the mood now, but... So, do you think any people drown in this race? Maybe.
But they could be saved. Maybe we just let some children in. 7-year-olds. Just let them do it.
I will say, I think the over 16 rule is probably fair in this regard. The no drinking rule as well. I think that probably cut down on most of the deaths that could have happened in this.
Because you're going down rapids as well.
Yeah.
So, Shaun, we're moving on to our next piece of news. Man rescued after scaling 30-metre high Halifax construction crane and then falling asleep.
Oh, so you said falling, and I was like, no, that's bad.
No, he's falling asleep.
How do you fall asleep on top of a crane?
So, a construction crew in Halifax had a surprise on Friday morning. When they arrived at work, they found a man in his 20s, unresponsive and locked inside the cab at the top of the 30-metre tall construction crane.
Jesus, that... Like... I need to break down this man's psychology for a second, because he's walking around, right? Presumably late at night, thinks, God, I fancy a sleep. Where's somewhere I could sleep?
Where's the quietest place you could go?
But, like, he has to reconcile the fact with himself that he has to climb up 30 feet on a ladder to get into it, to see a cab that might not be open so that he can curl up and sleep for the night. I've never been that tired in my life. Also,
I like the next line. The man believed to be intoxicated. Alright, had fallen asleep after scaling the crane overnight. So Brad Connors, District Chief of Halifax Regional Fire and Emergency, said the construction crew called 911 around 7:15 a.m. after the crane operator had unsuccessfully tried to rouse the man. I mean, when you turn up to work and you work on the crane, you climb up all those steps, you're that high in the air, and you just turn around, there's a guy sitting in your seat.
And you try and wake up and you can't. Like, I like it. Like, they definitely start at 7. And they climbed up the crane and spent 15 minutes trying and then call 911.
And it's just like you see him and then definitely you turn around and go, John, come here and look at this. This is fucking mad.
This is weird. Like, because he climbed up the crane, and usually on a normal day of work, presumably he would just be up in the crane for a while. But his colleagues see him coming back down.
Somebody's in my seat. Who?
I don't know.
So, rescue technicians were sent to the scene and managed to wake the man up. Once they determined he did not require immediate medical attention, they created a plan to get him safely back on the ground. The man was placed in a harness with ropes attached to anchor points on the crane and managed to climb down himself while rescue technicians monitored from above and below. So they had him tied up so he wouldn't fall.
Wow. But he got up there grand. It's getting down is the issue.
See, when he got up there when he was drunk.
It's true, he had that weird drunk strength. And like coordination somehow.
So, like, how many people would have just died? Like, you climb a crane.
Many. You climb a crane. Like, I wouldn't climb a crane sober. Like, that's terrifying to me.
I would never do that. I'm terrified of heights. So
yeah.
If I got up there, I'd be like, nah, I'm just gonna leave.
I'm done. I'd get like 4 steps up and be like, I'll sleep on the ground. That's fine.
Do you know what? I have a bed. I'll just sleep in that.
I have a house I could go to.
What am I doing here? This is mad.
It can't have been comfortable either. Like, it's a very cramped space.
I think you get that drunk. I don't think it matters.
That's fair. You can sleep on a bed.
I think if you're drunk enough to climb a crane to fall asleep, I think you're drunk enough to be like, yeah, this is grand. Because outside it's very windy.
With that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, would the crane move at all during the night?
Oh, it would. Oh, no. Oh, the crane would move and I'd just be like, nah, just give it up.
I'm done. Fine. This is how I die. And then you're hungover as fuck the next morning, and the first thing you have to do is climb down from a crane.
At 7:30 in the morning. Yeah. Just like fucked, just like on me head. It's killing me. Oh yeah, you have to climb down a crane.
Like every clink of the ladder as he goes down is death.
And he's looking for sympathy. And everyone's just like, fuck you, man.
You've ruined our day of work.
So we're finishing off this week with a police chase that went wrong. And this is in Massachusetts, as police chase ends at McDonald's drive-thru as woman orders food in middle of pursuit.
What the fuck? That's not a real story. That's a comedy sketch, surely. No.
She's loving it, Shaun. A police chase of a woman in a stolen truck ended at a McDonald's drive-thru after she tried to order food during the pursuit. The chase happened around 8:45 a.m. in Massachusetts, so she's getting that breakfast menu.
Nice, love it.
As officers got a 911 call about a stolen pickup truck in the eastern part of the city. The man that made the 911 call told officers that a woman, whom he said he didn't know, climbed into his car and drove away. He said his pickup truck had GPS and he could see its location, so he knew where she was.
Of all the pickup trucks to rob, you pick the one that is tracked.
As officers made their way to the area of the stolen truck, they were flagged down by another driver who said their car had been hit by the truck minutes before. Joanna Gardell was identified as the person accused of stealing the truck, and officers said they found her in the stolen truck a few blocks away. The officer activated his blue lights, got out of his cruiser and approached the stolen vehicle. The operator then drove away as the officer walked towards her. The officer got back into his cruiser and followed her at a low rate of speed, but she did not stop, which I like.
She just continued going. She was in no rush 40, to get anywhere.
She was going just like she's in third gear. Like, she's not like booting it, but at the same time, fast enough to get there eventually.
Yeah, and at the same time, like, there is a police car telling you to stop.
So Miss Gardell began to eventually increase her speed after several minutes on Main Street and drove through red lights. The officer deactivated his lights and sirens and stopped following her for safety reasons. This is when the woman allegedly crossed into the wrong lane and oncoming traffic, hitting a van. She then backed up the vehicle at a high rate of speed and struck a cruiser behind her, and then dragged one of the other officers out of the way. They had to dive out of the way. Officers pursued the stolen vehicle at another low rate of speed before the pursuit was called off again for safety reasons.
Jesus Christ.
Gardell then finally allegedly pulled into the drive-thru at a nearby McDonald's to try to order food, but officers found her and tried to arrest her.
That's ridiculous. So they were like, okay, she's just going to, if we keep chasing her, she's just going to do damage to everyone. So they're like, let's pull back for a bit. And then she immediately, plows into the side of a van and backs up into a car.
The minute they pull away, she causes more hassle. Because their thought is, we have her on GPS. So it doesn't matter where she goes. We know where she is.
We'll just wait till she stops and we'll get her there.
Yeah.
Did she manage to get her food order in before she was taken away?
Officers approached her in 2 vehicles, but the officers found her and tried to arrest her. They approached her in 2 vehicles, but she intentionally struck one before veering off the road and getting the stolen pickup truck stuck in a pile of mulch that was on the McDonald's property.
What need have McDonald's for mulch?
I feel like they're doing a bit of farming on the sly.
That'd be grim if you drive into McDonald's and there's a load of fucking cows in the field beside you.
You think there's cows in those burgers?
Oh, well,
that's not true, brother.
A load of cardboard cutouts of cows and then a big fucking mass of meat that's just being ground down slowly.
It reminds me of the kitchen in The Simpsons.
Yeah.
So officers were able to pull Gardell out of the vehicle as she fought and struggled with them, telling them she was still waiting on her meal and telling them to leave her alone.
I just need my nuggies.
Let me have my nuggies in peace. Then you can take me, please. All this chasing is making me hungry.
All this struggling is making me crave more nugs.
Gardell is facing a litany of charges, including failure to stop for police, leaving the scene of an accident, assault and battery by means of a dangerous weapon, malicious mischief to motor vehicles, disturbing the peace, disorderly conduct, and use of motor vehicle without authority, among several other things that they're throwing at her.
Amongst generally being a dickhead.
Just being a dickhead. But Shaun, this woman was in the middle of a car chase and decided that a McDonald's was the right way to go at that moment.
When they backed off the second time, she must have just thought, oh, they're letting me off with it. That's fine.
And time for dinner.
Time for din-dins. I've had time for breakfast, if anything.
Yeah, I've had a tough day already. This day's after starting off quite poorly. I'm going to need to get some fuel into me if they're going to be following me for a while.
Feeling a bit sad, might get a happy meal for myself.
Maybe. But I like the idea. She's like, finally, I got away. I think I lost them. Straight into the drive-thru.
Let's celebrate, boys.
So what do you think of this woman? Do you feel like maybe going for a takeaway meal mid-chase is the wrong choice?
Probably, yeah. No, I thought they were literally in a high speed chase, and then she started indicating and pulled in slowly.
Just pulled in to the left.
It was like, I'll be back in a minute, guys. But this is almost better because she thought she got away with it and decided to celebrate with McDonald's because she could use a drive-thru because she had a car now.
She has the car and they can't follow her. All it has is a GPS. So what can they do? They don't know where she is. And then you have an alibi because the Hamburglar will lie for you. He's already on your side. He's already he's no snitch.
Yeah, he'd unlike the police. He has no time for them.
They hate him just as much as he hates them.
And then bring Uncle follow up. Do you remember Uncle O'Grimacy that we talked about on Weird News a few weeks back? Apparently
that was 3 months ago.
It's a few weeks still. There was discourse on the McDonald's Wikipedia page, the McDonaldland page, because Uncle O'Grimacy, the reason it said so much fucked up shit on his Wikipedia page is because someone had defaced it.
What?
And then there was a comment from a couple of weeks after we posted our episode. There was a comment that just said at guy who edited last, I'm changing it back now.
They ruined it. So we gave him shit for no reason.
Maybe, but we gave McDonald's shit for no reason.
They haven't done anything wrong ever.
No,
they're a stand-up kind of company.
They're flawless, along with all other mega corporations.
And carbon monoxide.
We'll bring into carbon monoxide in this podcast. Or should I say carbon monoxide awareness? Check your alarms, please. I know what I'll be doing after this show.
You need to get a hobby, I think.
It's carbon monoxide alarm maintenance.
It's carbon monoxide week every week. 52 weeks of the year.
There's always carbon monoxide. Would you like me to take us out, Connor?
Yes, please.
Thank you everyone for listening to this episode of Weird News Wednesday. We'll be back on Friday with Hero or Zero, Monday with Movie Mondays, and next Wednesday with another episode of Weird News Wednesdays. Big thank you goes out to everyone who supports us over on Patreon, patreon.com/heroesforhire podcast. Everyone who supports us over there gets access to movie reviews and reviews of the TV show Loki. And other TV shows, a bunch of stuff. There's a whole bunch of stuff over there, so head over there if you want to check it out. Big thank you goes out to Connor. I don't mean to alarm you, but I think someone might be listening to these private conversations that we have.
Don't be telling me that, Waffles. Don't be telling me that.
Ciara Lawler, David Clarke, Ed Ball, Joe. Heroes for Hire is brought to you by the Nightwing Movie, Lil Dicky's Big Adventure, coming to a post-virtual cloudaplex.
That'd be good.
That'd be good. That's Connor's dream. Róisín, Schrödóisìn, Hally, Ryan Right Time, Evanson, Shaun, Heroes Don't Do That, Jamieson, Dominic, Jessiah, Florida Gal Green, Anna, Maureen has the fry on Hjelmroos, Lil Dicky, I don't know what a spice bag is, but I want to try it, McGrew. Again, please do. They're very good. Not for you, but they taste really nice. Danny McLaughlin, Ray, and it's worth it. Just have a different name said each episode. Everybody get up singing. 5 will make you get down now. Kind regards, Luke. Thank you, everyone, for the continued support. Really appreciate it. You really help make the show happen, and couldn't do it without you. If you want to support the show, head on over there. All the social medias, they're also linked below. The best way you can ever help out the show is by telling one human being that we exist.
Just the one, please.
And I think that's about it, Connor.
I think so. So I've been Ciara Lawler.
I've been Shaun Meehan.
I will see you next week, guys.
Bye.
Bye.